Hello everybody, Bin90 here and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I would like to show you how you can install Ubuntu version 22.04 on a virtual machine within Virtualbox. And what Virtualbox is it's a virtualization software that depends on another piece of software that's a part of Windows called the hypervisor. And what the hypervisor enables the computer to do is to host multiple VMs on one machine. The host being the PC that they're running on, and the VMs are called the guests. They're guest operating systems. So without further ado, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And the links are in the description below. Make sure you check them out, okay? Let's go. Okay. So down in the link in the description, I have put a link that will lead you to this site right here, virtualbox.org. And if you double click on it, it should bring you to here. And once you come to here, once you come to this site, you'd want to double left click on here to download the latest version 7.0. Let's give it a little while. Okay. Now you go down, depending on which operating system you have. I have Windows. If you have Mac, then go here. But I have Windows. I'm assuming you're using Windows, so click on Windows, and you'll see it downloading. This will take a little while. Any second now. Okay. This may take a little while, so I'll be right back. Okay. So when installation is complete, you can see it's complete up here. Just double click on the file, and it should prompt you with this. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. And be sure to X out of this. And do this right here. You're gonna want to click next and yes for all of them. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Make sure that this is checked so that it will automatically launch when you finish. And there we are. Virtualbox. This is pretty awesome. But yeah, what you guys would want to do is go up to new. Right click it. Name, give your VM a name, your virtual machine a name. What I'm going to name mine is just VB VM. Virtualbox virtual machine. And what I'm going to do is leave this the way it is, leave this the way it is. And the type, I'm going to change it to Linux. And I will go up down until I see Ubuntu. Ubuntu, there we are. Ubuntu 24. Yeah. Okay. 32-bit, I'm sorry, 64-bit. And we'll click next. Rule of thumb, 8,000 megabytes. I would recommend. Click next. 500 gigabytes, I would recommend. Next. And this is just a summary of the of your VM, the metadata of your VM that you just created. And just click finish. And there's your VM. Now what you would want to do is go to settings so that you can set up the storage media. First go to storage, and we would want to get rid of this IDE controller because it's dated. Right click, remove controller, and we're going to want to create another drive, and not a CD-ROM drive, which is connected to the SATA controller along with the virtual disk drive. Click this, and we would want there's a link in the description for the Ubuntu ISO file. There's a link, download it, and come to this, and then just click it, double click, and you should see your optical drive with the Ubuntu ISO image on it. And what we're going to do is now we're going to go to systems, and we're going to set up the boot sequence. Uncheck that. And just go to optical drive, leave it checked, up, go down to hard disk drive, up, and this will set the whole boot sequence. First, when you first boot it, it will look, the virtual machine, the VirtualBox manager will look for an ISO image, and then it will search the hard disk, but it'll search for the optical drive because we have to install the image onto the virtual hard disk. So you press OK, and we boot it up for the first time. Double click. It's going to be pretty cool. There it is. Oh, there we are. Try or install Ubuntu. Enter. We'd want to get out of this window. This will take some time. This will take some time. Okay. This will take some time, so I will not have you guys sit through this, nor will I sit through this, so I'll be right back. Okay. So upon a successful first-time boot, you should come up to a screen like this. It'll give you two options: to try Ubuntu or to install Ubuntu. We want to install Ubuntu. Click on it. Depending on your region, you should choose the keyboard layout according to your region. So I'm from the US. Click that. And updates and other software, just leave everything as is. Go down here to continue. I'll fix the whole resolution and screen settings later. In the meantime, during setup, we're going to have to deal with this. But just follow everything that I instruct you to do, and you'll be fine. Continue. Alligate devices, yeah, sure. write previous changes to the disk and continue. Before you can, just don't worry about this. Don't worry about it. I live in New York. Continue. My name, I'm just going to put VB user. And my password, confirm. Personal preference, if you want to log in automatically once you boot into the VM, that's fine. But if you want to require a password to log in, that's fine too. But I'm gonna put login automatically and go down and click on continue right here. And it should take some time. Again, it's all about the waiting game, diligence. Sorry about that. Okay. What I will do is, again, go and get something to drink or do whatever. I will not let you have you guys sit through this. I won't sit through it either. So be right back. Okay. So now what I'm going to show you how to do is safely shut down your virtual machine. And how you do that is you go all the way up into the upper right-hand corner, all the way over until you get to this symbol. Click it. Go down to where it says power off, log out. In this case, we're going to power off. Power off. Go down to power off. And it will ask you again if you want to power off the system. And just click power off. There you go. It's nothing to it. If you don't do it that way, if you X out of the VM, the virtual machine, before you safely shut it down within the guest operating system, you will risk corrupting your virtual machine, and you will most likely have to recreate it and reinstall Ubuntu. And I don't think any of us want to do that. So, yet safely shut it down. Okay? All right, guys, that about does it for this video. Questions, comments, just leave them. Yeah. Everything's in links in the description. Download links and everything. Yeah, just enjoy and be sure to subscribe.